Hey everybody, Heiden here, and I'm back with the 9 January 1942 combat replay and intel analysis. Please excuse my voice right now. I had some dental work done today, so my mouth's a little numb. Anyway, we had a good turn last turn, and I want to have another good turn this time. I think we've got some good things going on in China right now, for example, and I want to see if we can add to that momentum. So let's see what happens this turn, and wish us luck. Okay, let's do this. What are your predictions? Are we going to have another good turn, or is this going to be a blowout for us? Let's find out. A lot of ships at Babel. Still. Oh! Alright, so the Pickerel's taking a shot at some destroyers here. Wish we'd hit, but that's okay. Let's see if we can survive this attack. Alright. Looks like we're dodging pretty good. A testament to staying in deep water. Alright. So we fired 4 torpedoes at the Asagumo, and we spotted the Murasami and the Manazuru, which is a torpedo boat. So this appears to be primarily, I don't know, an ASW task force, possibly. We miss, but, you know, that's fine. Oh, did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? Somebody hit a mine. Something sank. Somebody hit a mine and something sank, and I don't know what. Uh-oh. Dang it. All right. So it looks like he's sending these cruisers from Georgetown over to Sabang because he's not happy with their air activity there. And unfortunately, it's within his reach. So I'm hoping we can at least survive it and not lose too many aircraft there because I do have a lot there doing different stuff. Let's fast forward through this and see what the damage is. Wow, that's a lot of ships. All right. So we suffer a few aircraft damage. These are not particularly important aircraft, but we get a very good look at what he's got in the area. So Mogami, Haguro, Miyoko, Chokai, Atago, Takao, and a bunch of decent destroyers. The Oshio is the one I thought I sank a month ago with torpedoes. Unfortunately, we take a lot of troop casualties again. The airfield is hit badly. The base is hit badly, so we're going to have to wrap things up here soon as far as our air ops because this base is going to be melted away at this rate. A lot of ship. That's a lot of big arm. That's a lot of big ships here. These are some of his heaviest hitting heavy cruisers too. So we need to make note that these are all in the area. No battleships though. So either they're doing something else or he's, I don't know. Well, I don't know what that means. Okay, so the tuna's over there, south of Shimizu. We took a shot at an APD, which is a ooh, not good, not good. We got damage, guys. We got damage. Oh, looks like the tuna's run out of luck here. This isn't good at all, and this is in deep water, so that's really unfortunate. I'm surprised that a APD is getting all of this damage done. All right, all right. This is yeah. This is bad for the tuna. We we'll have to take a look at this, but this might be difficult to get this home. We are far away from home. And it's really surprising that an APD, which is basically a destroyer that can carry troops, got so many hits off. They're not typically renowned for their ASW work. So I'm worried about the tuna. That's one of our better subs. Okay, so look at here. This is the Dutch sub O-20. It appears that we spotted. Yep, it's his cruiser task force coming back from Sabang after their bombardment. So we know unequivocally that these. We know that those cruisers are based out of Georgetown. So. All right, looks like we've got eyes on that cruiser task force in the Bay of Bengal now. All right, so now the raids begin on Temelo because that's all he's got to attack. Looks like we did get a flak kill there on a Nell. So very little losses to us overall, but we take out a Nell from flak. And now the raids continue at Clark. He's probably softening us up here. And now, okay, so he's not attacking ground. He's attacking the facilities. He's trying to stop us from building fortifications. And he does a lot of hits there. Another raid. Yeah, and all he's doing is trying to prevent us from fortifying because he's trying to get in there. And out of this, what hurts me the most are the supply hits because we have dwindling supply in the Philippines, and when it's gone, it's gone. We can't get any more in there. Okay, Anne's hitting Temelo. And another raid. He's just trying to soften this up. I think he's going to find, though, that this is ×3 terrain. It's mountain terrain, I believe. So we're very well protected against air attack at Temelo. We get some DB3s in. Snuck them under the radar here. We don't appear to do any damage, but maybe we can disrupt a little bit. Okay, so that's the AM phase. Let's see what happens in the PM phase. A lot of sightings, so we'll have to watch these. Ah, man. Here comes the raids. He's trying to slow us down. Take 100 casualties there. Kind of not a lot of activity in the air overall. I would have expected more raids. Wow, that was very, very light on the air today again. So at this point, we need to see what happens on the ground. I'm a little anxious about it. We have a lot of big things happening as far as ground combat. Okay, here we go. All right, so now he's going for a bombardment here, and unfortunately that might be a better way of dealing with us because he's got lots of arty and we don't have any. So I'm expecting a lot of casualties from this. All right, so we got 42 to 28, 2080. Look at all these units. Jeez. Well, if I'm reading this correctly, we suffered no casualties whatsoever, which is fine. He's burning up a lot of supply to do that, so whatever. But now we know that we've chipped him down a lot more than he chipped us down. Remember, he had 5,000 before. Okay, another bombardment attack at Kukong. Interestingly enough, I'm only seeing one division and one infantry regiment and a ton of arty, but I think I don't know. He looks a little exposed here. Our casualties can continue to mount here because he's got a lot of guns and we just don't have any. We need to figure something out here soon. Okay, so he's coming in with 2 SNLF units attacking us at Sinkawang, but I don't see that going particularly well for him because we do have a lot of troops there ourselves, and we have fortification. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna hold here. So in our favor, we got terrain. He's got fatigue. We suffer. He suffers more casualties than us, but none of them are destroyed, which is what we really need. Okay, here we go, guys. Here's the big shock attack. Are we gonna take it? Are we gonna finish him at Kanhsien? I say yes. Let's do this. Let's go. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so we destroy the unit. We destroy a unit, but not all the units. So he's still hanging on by a thread here, but not by much. So, okay, it's not entirely what I was hoping for, but that unit's he's got one more turn left in him. He's finished. It said wiped out by attrition. What does that mean? That's just the one unit, right? Not both? Or does that mean both of them are gone? I don't know. We'll take a look in the at the back end of this. Okay, overall, not a horrible day. We got to figure out how to deal with his unbelievable artillery advantage because we can't win those fights. So he's just going to slowly chip away at us with those bombardments. We don't have an answer for it. Okay, got some units repositioning. Oh, that unit was good. That unit was good. So that was a couple good pickups there. All right, let's take a look at the intel now. All right, guys. So we're back, and I am seeing an awesome thing on the map. Look at Kanhsien. Do you see any Japanese troops there? Nope. They are gone. They're dead. We won. We destroyed 3 Japanese units because we outmaneuvered Lodrik. We completely outmaneuvered them. I'm really, really excited about this, man. I'm really pumped. I know in the grand scheme of things, it's small potatoes, but the fact that I was actually able to push back against him and defeat him somewhere, albeit small, is really exciting for me. So we've got some options now here at Kanhsien. We've got some options at Kukong, Pinsiang. We have all kinds of options now because we've got a ton of troops that are freed up and able to move somewhere else now. Dude. All right. Well, let's look at the intel, okay? Let's see. Let's take a look at everything here. So, looking at aircraft losses, pretty calm day overall. So, it's in our favor 1 to 5, and these are probably all ops losses. So, looking at today, he lost 3 Nels, an Elf, which is a aircraft scout plane. We lost a Catalina to ops, and that's really it. So looking at the top pilots, no casualties through pilots, so that's good. And here is a big development. This is definitely awesome. His army loss points just skyrocketed up. This was at like 88 last turn, so it's at 144 today. So it looks like we got about 60 points worth of kills out of those units at Kanhsien, which is amazing. Our army loss points in comparison went up pretty small. So really big victory for us on the ground today in China. One that we really needed, and it opens up opportunities for us to do other things and really kind of put Lodrik in a bad way. So, okay, that's what we got here. Let's look at ship losses, which don't appear to have changed whatsoever. Last turn, still showing no change. Still not showing any reported losses, but I don't know if you guys heard what I heard last turn. I heard a ship hit a mine and sink. And per this, it wasn't ours, so it was definitely Japanese. Where was it? I don't know. I'm hoping it was something important. But realistically, I suspect that it was probably one of his minesweeping aircraft or minesweeping ships at Singapore ran into a mine as they were clearing mines. So one way we can check that is looking at the... Yep, okay. Take a look at this. Uh, this actor actually, for whatever reason, this thing shows you when the Japanese clear my mines. I don't know why, but he was clearing mines in Singapore, and I'm betting that one of these ships hit a mine as they were clearing. So it probably won't be anything special. It's probably just one of these little crappy AMCs, but I'm sure we sank a ship because I heard one sink. So that's cool. And we'll go through here one last time, take one little gander here, but that's basically it for the intelligence report. He still hasn't come one to one with us, but he's creeping up there. So let's see how long we can hold out here before he surpasses us in score. Briefly, we'll look at the SIGINT. I'm just going to scroll through it myself, and if anything looks important, I'll point it out. Nothing overly noteworthy except possibly this. The combined fleet is located on an AK moving to Babel. So, what does that mean? We have a task force coming down to Babel with the combined fleet headquarters on there. So where are they going? I'll tell you right now, they're probably heading down to Rabaul because that's where I would move them. Or truck or Rabaul. So we need to make sure our subs are in place to hopefully intercept this thing as they're coming down. So this is one of the times where having this SIGINT is helpful. And the Allied SIGINT is 10 times more useful to you than the Japanese signals intelligence is. So we'll keep an eye out for an AK or some sort of task force loaded with troops coming to Babel within the next week or so. Okay, ops report. We're going to scroll through this pretty quick. We've got some ships sighted at Rabaul and Tulagi. See that? Oh! Oh! I forgot I sent a... Oh, I sent some mines to Miri. I wonder if he hit one of them there. That's another place. I didn't even think of that. So we need to keep out. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm gonna be mining the heck out of Miri. So, you know, maybe we'll get a couple tankers out of there. All right, scrolling through here, a bunch of aircraft sightings. We're moving some troops around. ABDA's heading to Rangoon. Supplies. Okay, looks like the Queen Elizabeth is available in LA for us to get a couple more rotations out of it. Got some P-40Bs coming into the pool because we freed them up to be using on our frontline units. These are ships that we already knew sank. And this Abdiel is actually a really, really awesome mine sweeper. So we'll take a look at that. Or mine layer, rather. Okay, we got some reinforcements as well. Yeah, good turn. So briefly, we'll take a look at China. And the big thing here is that we have these units that are all along the road here. It appears that he's slowing down. I don't know why he's not moving them. We know what he's got here. And the issue we're going to run into here at this point now is that even though we've stabilized the line, I don't think he's got enough troops in that hex within the next couple turns to take us out. And I think our troops that are coming in from here will get here before these troops get here. So I think we've stopped the advance for the time being into Sian. But what we're going to have to deal with now is the arty bombardments that he's going to subject us to, because he's got tons and tons of artillery here in these units, and we have none. So I don't know how long he's going to bombard us and how long we can withstand that, because we're going to keep taking losses every time he does it, and we can't answer it. But I would say within the next 2 to 3 turns, ain't no way he's getting into Sian with what he's got in place, and not before my reinforcements get there. So I think we've held the line, and we can stabilize it for the time being. Obviously, down here in Kanhsien, we had a huge win. We destroyed all of the Japanese units that were at that location. And now we're freed up to move elsewhere. So in the next few turns, keep an eye on what I want to do. I have an idea, but I don't really want to say it out loud for all you spies out there. But I have a plan, and I think it's going to really put Lodrik in a bad place. All right? Looking over here in the Indian Ocean, we still have sight of this cruiser task force. It was over here last turn. Now it's moving. It was supposed to be moving northeast, but I think he's going to be moving this way to disrupt the supply lanes between Calcutta, and Rangoon. But I know that's what he's doing, so we got everything out of the way there. So what I'm going to be doing is finding a way to deal some damage to this unit there. I have a couple ideas. So Lodrik better be careful because I'm going to be coming at him hard here next turn and attempt to target that unit that's floating around. We did suffer a pretty big hit to Sabang, and I think it's about time for us to move these aircraft out of here because we took a lot of losses to our aviation support units, and we know that for a fact that that unit is based out of Georgetown. So Sabang is definitely on its last legs here. Got a couple troop sightings here. Okay. So take a look at this. Okay, do you know what this is? This is the unit that was down here, and it was also the one that was over here about a week ago. I think he was waiting for Singapore to be cleared of mines, so now he's going to move this unit into Singapore and rearm it. So we can expect carriers in our location pretty soon, so we need to be on the lookout for that. We had a attack here that we held off, inflicted some casualties on, which is great. And looking here, I think that sound we may have heard was these guys hitting a mine. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to get this guy out of here for sure because there's no need to keep him just sitting in that shallow water. Out here at Babel, things have kind of died down a bit, although it does appear that this unit that was moving this way last turn is now moving back, and it's that carrier with the 18 fighters on board. And what I believe he's doing these for is bait for my PBYs. He knows that the PBYs are going to prioritize closer ship contacts, so he's hoping that we go after this, and his cap shoots down my PBYs. But I'm not taking that bait. I know what you're doing, Lodrik, and I'm not going to fall for it. So we'll monitor this, but this does not appear to have enough combat power to really do anything to us right now. Not really sure what these are. One's moving north, one's moving south. Don't know what they are. I don't really care. It's not critical to me right now. So the tuna got hit last turn, and fortunately it does appear that this is survivable. So what I'm going to do here is send this guy back to Dutch, because there's no need to keep. I'm going to take the react to 0 so it doesn't attempt to attack. And we're going to send this back for repairs. This is the level of damage that a repair ship can handle. So I don't need to take this all the way back to Pearl Harbor for permanent repairs. We can fix in port. So I'm glad the tuna is going to survive. I don't see any reason why it won't. All right, let's see. Anything in the Dutch East Indies? Pretty calm right now. We're just doing our thing. We have time. So I'm moving some ships around, going to get some supplies going get some subs repaired, you name it. We have time in DEI to get some stuff done here. Stuff's pretty quiet in Port Moresby, although we can tell that he's definitely got, see that? I think this might actually be the carrier task force. I don't know why he would park it in Rabaul. I don't think he can rearm it there, but that big anchor sign means there's a lot of ships in port. So I don't know what he's doing, except here's my analysis. He parked his carriers in Rabaul, and he took all the aircraft off and put them on the field. To what end, I don't know. Maybe just to continue training them. I do know that they train better on land than when they're on a ship that's in port. So I'm guessing he took the carriers out and put the aircraft here. So he did not move the carriers to truck. He parked them at Rabaul. Again, with that port size being what it is, I don't see it being large enough to rearm those ships, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll keep an eye on it. So everything else is pretty quiet here. We get a little bit of a respite, at least for a day, here in this area. So I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually have a fair amount of troops here on these ships. and I'm going to attempt to sneak them into Port Moresby to rebuild a division. I also got these ships coming in, the Sparrow Battalion. If I can sneak these into Port Moresby, we'll be able to build up a couple other units here and finalize that. So that's good. Oh, one last thing I want to show you guys before I end this video, because I think we've covered all the important things, is this Abdeel. Check this thing out. This is a really good minesweeper. It looks like it's actually based off one of the, like a town or Fiji, a town or a Crown Colony class British light cruiser. Because look at that speed. Speed of 38. Very good anti-aircraft, good maneuverability, and it carries a ton of mines. So let's see if we can find a way to put this ship to use. That's a lot of mines, and that's a good ship. Maybe you guys who know this stuff more than I do can tell me what the Abdeel is, but it does appear to me to be like a Fiji, I'm sorry, a town or Crown Colony class light cruiser that's converted to be in a mine layer. And it's got some good radar too, so this is a good ship. I don't want to lose this thing. I don't know. I think that's it. If you think I missed something, by all means, ask a question. I've been getting good comments on these videos. You guys are giving me advice or maybe pointing out something that I missed. Keep it coming. I'm listening to everything you tell me. And I always reply to every comment that I can. So, again, you can either come to my Discord and ask these questions, or you can just comment on my videos. But either way, I appreciate all the feedback, all of your suggestions. And I hope you enjoyed this turn, because I really did. We got 2 turns in a row where I'm happy with what happened. So let's see if we can get 3 in a row. Do you think we can do 3? We'll find out. Talk to you guys soon.